after being humiliated at Manchester United and their departure was not all that rosy, Rangnick has really stood in the way of the transfer target of Erik ten Hag to come in as a striker at Manchester United. For you, I never saw this coming, but obviously because Rangnick is his national team coach, he has told the player, please don't join United. That is what Rangnick is doing to Rangnick in the field. Looks like the battle is up, and let's wait and see where it's really going to go on and end. Cody Gakpo realistic price evaluation has been really laid out, and United and other Premier League clubs are interested in this player. Confirmation by very many other sources coming in from Netherlands and all over the world. Then we are talking about Eric Bailly in the mix, being linked to a move out of Manchester United. But English Premier League clubs are now adding themselves to many: AS Roma, AC Milan, and Napoli, plus Villarreal, and is it Valencia? For you. So that's what you're going to talk about into this story that I've brought in for you. This episode is really going to be so much heated up because Rangnick has really shown up that United shouldn't be a destination for any of an Austrian player that plays on his national team. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, guys. Comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and obviously don't go any further before going into the lower right bottom corner to smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. And this is Rokani. It's not Rokani, it's United Matters channel in there for you. So thank you guys. Let's get into these stories because they are so much exciting, and let's see to it that we really hit 300 likes on this video, because the previous one we did has close to 400 likes in there for you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do like that. Smash the like button, guys. Whoever is watching this video, first smash the like button, guys, and let's see where you are really going to go on and really let this video go, because the more likes you give this video, the more this video goes viral. So that's why I really urge you to smash the like button and then subscribe for you. Go leg into what we call the news. Now, there is a striker who plays for Stuttgart in Germany known as Sasa Kalajdzic. He is really an Australian, where Rangnick happens to be the coach. Today morning, a story came in through from Manu Veith. Manu Veith is really a transfer market and Bundesliga expert in there for you. He has told us that if Stuttgart striker Sasa Kalajdzic does leave the club, he will be headed to the Premier League. Man United are one of the clubs interested, but he could also renew his contract. It's still open. There won't be any deal with Bayern in there for you. So this guy is really so much wanted by very many clubs, and Bayern looks like are really turning out of him because they want a striker. Obviously, you know that Lewandowski left Feside, which goes by the names of Barcelona, and Bayern don't have a so-called lethal center forward in there for you. But Sasa Kalajdzic is looked at one of those that would have joined Bayern Munich, but Bayern have really taken the foot off the pedal and they are not accelerating the move of this guy, and this guy looks like he is looking for a move away to the Premier League. He is left with only 1 year on his contract, and that's the striker we're talking about, Sasa Kalajdzic in there for you. Then we've been told by the Times that Sasa Kalajdzic is seen as a possible signing by Man United as they seek a striker with more physical presence than the present options of Anton Martial, Marcus Rashford, and possibly departing Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, when they talk about the physicality of this guy is 2 meters tall. Guys, he is 2 meters tall. Can you imagine? Meaning that he gives us aerial presence, and his aerial prowess is not doubted. And when you look at United, with the way Erik ten Hag wants to play, he really wants to see many crosses coming into the 18-yard box area of the opponent, meaning that he can be a focal point of those crosses and maybe get us goals where needed, because his height is really good. And by the way, I've seen him, he's good on the ball, However much he's very tall, but he's good on the ball. He's like the Peter Crouch of the other areas, but an improved Peter Crouch who is technically gifted. Very tall. This guy is tall, and he gives us a different option in the attacking area. Remember, Erik ten Hag is searching in for a striker, having scouted a player who goes by the names of Marko Arnautovic, 33 years of age, who played for Bologna in Serie A. And the fans told the board that please don't bring in a striker who really has marks of racism onto him, because he has racist marks really made way back in 2009, and that was really bad about him. So that really led United to pull out. And if I told you it was not that, United were willing to go in and really put in the second bid. But that shows you how badly our club is run. That when Ten Hag recommended the signing, the club never went in to do a background search on this guy, because any club like United that cares so much on its brand had to first do a background search or background check on this guy, but they never, and they really went in for him and put in a bid that was rejected in the for you. So that shows you how the board of United is messy, and that's why I tell you that anything that happens, you just have to pray to God at United, because the Glazers and the board are just a joke. First and foremost, they don't support United, and they don't feel our decline, and they don't feel the pain we are feeling here. Because for us who support United, feel like we should be doing better, we should be injecting in lots of money. There is a second story I'm really going to do, I think, later as I sum up the day, that shows that the Glazers are not willing to put in money. Even the deal of De Jong looks like it's going to be off, because the Glazers are not willing to pay the deferred wages, the 17 million euros. Yet Chelsea and Todd Boehly are willing to pay that money. You get? So the Glazers are not willing to pay the 17 million euros, yet they got out close to 11 million pounds from United in June as dividends. And they've been doing this year in, year out. Every year they get out dividends twice, meaning that they've been getting close to 30 million pounds per year from Manchester United. Every quarter they get money. So that's what I tell you, that United is really a wrongly run club in the for you. And Ronaldo is expected to leave. Anton Martial is not all that a striker in the format of Kalajdzic. Kalajdzic is really so much tall, and his physicality is not questioned, and he gives us a different aspect in the game of football altogether. So Ten Hag wants him, and guess what? This has resulted from what? This is Erik ten Hag. This is Rangnick, a man who was sacked from Manchester United, and he has told Sky Sport, this is, I think, DE, is it Denmark in the EU? He has told them that Rangnick has advised Stuttgart forward Sasa Kalajdzic to stay at the club despite interest from Manchester United. Have you heard? This is the striker that Erik ten Hag had turned his eyes to make him another competitor of Anton Martial as a player who leads the line for Manchester United in there for you. But he has told him, don't intend to go to Manchester United. Don't, please, because he knows that United is messy. And the 6 months he spent at Manchester United, where they 6, 7, 8, he spent at Manchester United, he was trying to put in things in order, and the board really let him down. One of the things that we recommended that were not put in order, one, he said that United needed 7 or 10 players that are on first contract, that are really modern and technically gifted and know what the game of football is all about, to come in here and fight for the shirt. That annoyed the board. Secondly, he told them that he needed a striker, and he recommended 2 midfielders, and he wanted one, but they never got him any, of which all of those 2 were not more than 3 million pounds. You get? Boba Kamara was offered to Manchester United in January of this year, and we are supposed to pay only 3 or 4 million pounds. United said no, we are waiting for the new manager to go in and really acknowledge this signing. After that, we went in for, he told them that there is a central midfielder in Germany, Bundesliga, Zakaria, and he left for 3 million pounds to Juventus in January. So all those were available, and he told them that they couldn't back him. So when all that happened, and the messy things that happened at Manchester United, he said it was really a joke. That's why Jose Mourinho came out and said that his best achievement in football is to make United a complete second into that Premier League race, where Man City was like were they 14-15 points ahead of us. And they asked him why, and said because you don't know what happens in the curtains, behind the curtains at Manchester United. So it shows you that there is a lot of messy stuff happening at United that stinks, you get, that has really led to the fiascos happening at Manchester United right now. That's why I'm telling people that the problems we're having now at Manchester United are not for now. The problems are not for now. These problems were put up by the Glazers ever since they came in here, you get. So this is what Louis van Gaal told Erik ten Hag: don't go to Manchester United, because United is run as a brand, not a football club. And I think Ten Hag is trying to test it right about now. Then in his own words, he continued to let us know that Rangnick said this: it's important that Sasa remains injury-free this season and he trains and plays at the highest possible level. If he stays in Stuttgart this season, it will not be detrimental to his development. Have you heard? That means when he goes to Manchester United, it will affect his development negatively, not even positively. So Rangnick has stood in the way of Erik ten Hag's transfer target to replace Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, because I did a story in the morning. Ronaldo wants to go and still pushing for a move, and his agent Jorge Mendes has really told Richard Arnold and the Glazers to name the price they want. The Glazers are saying Ronaldo Cristiano isn't for sale. So we are here waiting to see how that is going to transpire, because everything is not rosy at Manchester United, and Erik ten Hag is really trying to fix in there for you, to do quick fixes in there for you, and they are really looking at players that are really left with 1 year on their contracts. Obviously, because they know they are cheap. Rabiot left with 1 year on his contract. Anatovic was left with 1 year on his contract. Then Sasa Kalajdzic is left with 1 year on his contract. So most of the players United is looking at are left with 1 year on their contract. Even Tielemans, sometimes you've been linked to him, but he's left with 1 year on his contract. So Rangnick is really telling the player, you don't know where you're going. Where you are going, it's a lion's den. It's a lion's den. You get? At the entrance of that house, there are really very good attractions in there for you. But when you reach inside, you are going to find bones of people, skeletons of people who were eaten. It's a lion's den. Don't go there. That's what Rangnick is telling him. And I really believe that he listened to him, because Rangnick was there. And why do you say no to a person who was somewhere and they tell you that don't go there? Because he has been there for 8 months. He knows what happens behind the scenes, and he's telling you don't go. So can you say no? And in our culture, it said that the eye of the old man sees better than the eye of the young. So that means he has foreseen that he's not really going to go there and really succeed at Manchester United. And I think secondly, because of the uncertainty of Cristiano Ronaldo and him not liking Cristiano Ronaldo, because Rangnick fell out with Ronaldo, that's it. He never wanted him to lead the line. That's why you saw him that on the game of Liverpool, he told him, please, in my game plan, you don't fit it, so you're not going to be part of the game plan. Then Ronaldo flew to Portugal and then returned in the game of Spurs, and that's when he scored a hat-trick, you remember very well. So he was too open to him that you don't fit my style, because you can't really act as the primary press, you get, of my system, because he is the professor of gang pressing in the for you, and he believes so much into center forwards who are really hardworking and pressing. When you've watched those 3-4 games he coached in the UEFA Nations League of the Australian national team, you saw what United players were willing to do. And I will tell people that I don't blame these players sometimes. I just blame the board. These players are not good enough. You get? Any player who is good enough could have adapted to the system of Rangnick early enough. Look, he spent only a week with the players of Australian national team, and they executed the press very, very much, very, 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 very well. You get? But United players that he spent with close to 8 months said, no, we can't afford that, because their technical abilities are limited, most of them. So that's why Rangnick does not want his player of the national team to go to Manchester United, because his development is going to be affected. He does not even believe in Erik ten Hag. You get? So it shows you how United is really ramshackled left, right, and center. So let's wait and see where this is going to go. Battle lines have been drawn between Erik ten Hag and the former interim manager of Manchester United. That is a man who goes by the names of Rangnick. Lines have been drawn, and he's telling the player that Ten Hag is wanting, don't join Manchester United, you aren't going to be developed anymore. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Alright, let's get to another story of Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo, the news is coming in from Rick Elfrink, is a PSG watcher. And Heaven Dalgard, that means he's really a journalist close to the club known as PSV, where Cody Gakpo plays at right about now. He has told us that Manchester United are one of the British clubs currently considering signing Cody Gakpo. It is expected that Cody Gakpo will be for sale for an amount of 45 to 50 million euros. But additional clauses will also have to be agreed so that the amount can be increased. So I think this guy is so close to PSV, and the real amount of money PSV will go in for this player has been told us, because most of the people are telling us 40 million euros, between 40 and 45. Now he's telling us that it's between 45 and 50. When to turn them in pounds, let me change them here and see. Euro to pound, where are you? Euro. All right, 45, it's 38 million pounds, then 55. So it's between 38 million pounds to 47 million pounds. That's the amount of money United should pay for this guy. But for my case, I've always addressed it very well and told everyone who watches this channel that, guys, I'm not bothered with forwards. For now, I'm not bothered with forwards, because if you have a very good midfield, anyone can play as a forward and score a goal, because your midfield will really link to the attack or forwards every time they get the ball, and your team won't be exposed. Now, it doesn't really benefit United when we bring in forwards before we really bring in midfielders. The big question to be answered at Manchester United is in the midfield area. That's it. Let no one lie to you. Let no one sell lies to you that we need forwards first. We need midfielders first. 2 central midfielders holding CDMs are needed at Manchester United immediately, because even when we bring in one, when that one gets an injury, we are going to be affected. So I don't buy this. I 100% don't buy this, and I don't believe in it, because we need midfielders first. And Cody Gakpo is not happening now until this deal won't materialize, until Cody Gakpo and his team PSV have played the 2-game tie they have against Rangers. Those are 2 weeks, next Tuesday and next Wednesday. You get? So 2 weeks from now, meaning that we are left with 3 weeks, the transfer window to close. That means 2 weeks will be gone, and we'll only be having 1 week to go on and really bring in Cody Gakpo. I really believe that in those forward areas at Manchester United, at least we can have players who can act a little bit. But in the central midfield area, to me, I'll be very okay if United goes in to bring in 2 central midfielders and don't bring in another player. That's it. I'll be very okay with it, because I know if you have Rabiot and a De Jong, or a Sangare, or a Paredes, or a what, it will be very okay, because even Amad Diallo can play very well because he's going to be fed. You get? But this tendency of going in for a forward, yet we are really lacking midfielders, and Scott McTominay and Fred have shown us that they can't get this job done and dusted as we expect it to be. Why should we hurry to go in for centre forwards? You get? Let's get in central midfielders first. That's why I really want to see that deal of Rabiot getting done immediately, because in the game of Liverpool, I don't want to see Scott McTominay in that field of play. If it's Rabiot and Freddie, it's okay. But I don't want to see Scott McTominay in that position, because he's limited. He's limited. He adds nothing to that midfield. He only allows more pain to that midfield. They don't complement. You get? At least Freddie, you know, when you give him a role to play as a box-to-box, he really get you what you want. He will really put up the intensity. You get? And passing going forward is okay, but he can't really get that ball from the back foot and really pass it through the central axis of the midfield. We don't want sideway passing of Scott McTominay. I hate it, and I'm calling it out for it. I won't be happy if at all United really goes in to get in a centre forward first before we really bring in players that play into what we call the midfield, because that is the immediate issue that has to be addressed. For the previous 3-4 seasons, we've not been addressing that issue, yet it has been really so paramount and crucial. So that's what I really believe about that position of Manchester United. Then Rob Dawson, he's a United correspondent for the ESPN, has told us that more English teams have really added their interest for Eric Bailly, that is a United central defender who looks like he's out of the picking order and is ready to see himself really leave the club. West Ham, Sevilla, Roma and Monaco are among the clubs to have shown interest in Eric Bailly. Everton had 2 before they got Connor Cody. Bailey has been made available by Manchester United and wasn't in the squad against Brighton, meaning that Eric Bailly is up for sale. Obviously, I have my reservations on him, but I really believe that he's better than Harry Maguire. Eric Bailly is better than Harry Maguire. In that game of Brighton, if Eric Bailly was there, it would have been hard for us to concede that first goal and second goal. Look at how Harry Maguire snails and he couldn't really face Danny Welbeck. Trust me, if it was Eric Bailly in that position amidst the mistake that Scott McTominay did, not to close down Trossard, you get, in the left wide area, Eric Bailly would have closed Welbeck down and he wouldn't have really laid into that square. He wouldn't. But because Harry Maguire is as slow as a tortoise, he couldn't really track that run. You get? So I really believe that we need a speedy central defender. And by the way, it's really so much annoying and really miserable to see this guy leaving United in the foyer, because he's really better than Harry Maguire. If I'm to re-rank the defenders at United, Rafael Varane comes first, Eric Bailly second, Lisandro Martinez third, Lindero fourth. Even I rate Twanzebe and Phil Jones ahead of Harry Maguire. We are told that he's really a very good ball-playing central defender, but a central defender who can't really help us in building from behind, you get? So I don't really believe in him. Slow-paced and he can't play in a high line. By the way, I know Eric Ten Hag is going to reach at a moment and says, all right, Harry Maguire, you deserve to be on the bench, because he has never believed in playing a deep line. And Harry Maguire playing a high line for United against Liverpool with the likes of Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, oh my God, you are really going to see how we are going to be exposed. By the way, that game is not far away. It's like a week from now. After Sunday, it's going to be 7 days. United will be playing Liverpool. We are going to be playing Liverpool at Old Trafford. And nowadays, Harry Maguire was shifted from playing the left side of the central defense. He plays on the right side of the central defense. That's where Diaz operates most. So, do you think Harry Maguire will really play a high line and not be exposed in games of Man City, against Haaland, games of Arsenal, against players like Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus? You get Harry Kane against Spurs. So I think, as I've told you, that for my case, for Harry Maguire, I'm not even here to mourn. I'm not here to complain, because I know his days are numbered. His days are totally numbered. They are numbered. Trust me. If Ten Hag insists on Harry Maguire, he's also going to get sacked. They'll sack him after insisting on him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did the same thing. He stuck with Scott McTominay and Fred in the midfield with Harry Maguire in the central defense, and he was sacked. You get? So, trust me. Harry Maguire, I think the only safety Harry Maguire will get, if at all United really strengthens its midfield, I think exposing him will be really so much minimal. You get? But if at all you are playing with Scott McTominay and Fred in the midfield, trust me, he's going to be exposed, and Eric Ten Hag will tell him, please, however much you're the captain, it's high time you went onto the bench, because you don't deserve to be a player in here for you. So to me, I feel really bad for Eric Bailly to be leaving United, because he's better than what we've got. But also, this goes to him. You get? It looms all over him, and I know he knows the reason as to why he has not been trusted by many managers at Manchester United, even the manager that really bought him, who goes by the names of Jose Mourinho. He's an injury-prone player. You can't trust him. You You can't build your season on him in the for you. And I think him and Rafael Varane are really suffering the same problem. Rafael Varane is really an injury-prone player, and the manager cannot really trust him throughout the season. You get? Because he can't play 34 games a season when he's not injured. So that's the problem, and he's just trying to recover and really get back to where he's supposed to be. So I think that's the problem that Eric Bay is facing, but very many clubs are really up for him, and United have finally said, you are up for sale and we are selling you. That is what United has really gone ahead to really let us know. Now, last story, Ethan Laird, you know him very well. He's that right back, flying right back of Manchester United, left with one on his contract, and United have agreed a season-long loan for Ethan Laird to move to Queen Park Rangers. Then later, Rick Frey, you know him very well. He works for the Manchester Evening News, and he's a United writer in there for you in the Manchester Evening News. He has told us that the imminent departure of Ethan Laird does not necessarily secure Aaron Wan-Bissaka's future at Manchester United, as the club remain eager to shift the right back. That's it. For him, it's not questionable, and by the way, I was so much surprised when he made it onto the 8-10 substitutes that really made it that we on bench as United really played Brighton. I was so much shocked. He's not in the plans of the manager. Why would he even be on the bench? So I really believe that we don't really need Aaron Wan-Bissaka. United should really offload him, and you know he's really earning crazy wages at Manchester United. That's the stupidest thing United really do. This Aaron Wan-Bissaka guy should be earning close to 50 or 60,000 pounds a week, but you might find that he's earning close to 130 or between 100 and 150,000 pounds a week. So it makes it hard for us to move him on, because he wants his salary. He signed a 5-year contract. You get, he has been here since 2019. So 2020, 2021. Those are 2 seasons. I think he's left with just 2 years on his contract. And that means if you don't lose him, just have to loan him, because no team can take him. And it's rumored that he's going to a side which goes by names of Crystal Palace on loan. So thank you guys for watching in. Your reactions are welcome to the comment section below. Rangnick blocking Ten Hag's transfer target, that is Sasa Kalajdzic. Then Cody Gakpo realistic price to Manchester United, that is 45 to 55 million euros, and add-ons might really add on to 16 million euros in there at Manchester United and Ajax. Then we are talking another man who goes by the names of Eric Bay. United have put him up for sale. West Ham is needing him, Sevilla, Monaco, and AS Roma. Then lastly, Ethan Laird, long season move to Queen Park Rangers. Thank you guys for watching in. I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share, guys. And you know we are really trying to hit 10,000 subscribers for this channel. Endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner and smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video into this channel. I go by the names of Rock and David. Once again, United Matters channel is the YouTube channel where you guys are really watching me on. Thank you for the love. I sign out for now. Your reactions are welcome into the comment section below, and endeavor to go on and really do us justice by subscribing to this channel. I might sound repeating myself, but that is really what really makes these videos go viral. Smashing that like button really is good. When you smash the like button and you really subscribe, this video is really going to go on and really be viewed, and it's going to be viral. So guys, smash the like button and then subscribe if you're watching us for the very first time, or you've been always watching us and you have not yet subscribed. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ, and may the Lord get you whatever good thing you wish to have in your life. I'm out.